In this video, I'm going to break down what I feel is the easiest way to get started selling on Amazon. Together, we'll go over each step needed to get started with your Amazon business and start generating sales within 7 days. Now, it's important that you watch this video all the way through because all the steps are necessary for success. I can almost guarantee you that if you happen to not watch the video until the end, you're going to keep bouncing around from video to video, site to site, and eventually sell to sell without any sustainable growth. And eventually, you'll be stuck with unprofitable products complaining that Amazon FBA and Amazon FBM doesn't work. This is usually what happens to sellers who think that selling on Amazon will be easy and they can just do whatever they want to do, buy products and make sales. That's not the case, y'all. But look though, enough of that. Let's get into the video. So the steps that you're currently seeing on the screen will be each one that we'll go over quickly. I'll go a little bit further into the next videos that we make of each step. I'll make a video for each step that I put on here, and I'll just dive a little bit deeper into, using the software, using Amazon Seller Central, shipping, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just stay tuned for that. The software I'm about to go over isn't an option. It's mandatory. There's a small fee that you got to pay monthly, but in this game, it's pay to play. So the first piece of software we'll go over is an app and also a Chrome extension. It's called Keeper. Keeper will provide you with all the available data on an item since its existence. And all you need to do is make good buying decisions based off the information that you take from the app. For the next software service you're going to need is a profit calculator, which you have two options. One is Seller Amp and the other is Rev Seller. These two products will give you information such as a product rank and if the item is profitable or not. I honestly think you should go with Seller Amp. Me, myself personally, that's what I use, and it gives a little bit more accurate information than Rev Seller. The third software service I want to suggest to you is mainly for its Chrome extension, and that's Helium 10. Helium 10 provides you with information that is needed when you want to know how many sellers is on an item and exactly how much of that item that they have in stock. Trust me, this will come in handy, and I know a lot of these might cost you a little bit of money, $20, $30, $40 a month, but as long as you do these things correctly, you'll be making that money back in no time. The next step we're going to cover is product research. Now, this is probably the most important step within the whole process aside from product selection, and it takes up majority of your time. You won't find much success with finding profitable products without understanding how to properly evaluate the data behind the product. Now, trust me on this. Proper product research will make or break your Amazon business. Bad product research will leave you with a warehouse full of products that has a 1 million category rank while other sellers is out there getting consistent sales with items that's under 1,000 category rank. Trust me, I've been there before. I made all these mistakes. That's why I'm here telling you so that you can avoid them. Again, I'll make video specifics to each step that I'm going over right now, but just understand, product research is what you need to focus on when you first get started. Now, the strategy I'm going to go over today is actually called retail arbitrage. Some of you might know about retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, but what I will start with is just, as a beginner, is retail arbitrage, simply because it's something that you can go out and do, and you're going to have a better chance of finding those one-off items versus online arbitrage, where you got big money players that got a lot more money than you, can buy more than you, and I'm pretty sure they have systems set up in place that's going to send them signals to items faster than you will. So we're going to start off with retail arbitrage, and trust me, there's a lot of money to be made out there in the wild by using retail arbitrage. Now, as far as product research goes, you can use the software services that I suggested before to help you with your product research, but you also can use some of your favorite apps like TikTok, Instagram, by understanding what's popular and what's selling. But you also can use things like Google Trends or Amazon itself to see what other sellers are selling and then go out into the wild and find it yourself. But you also can go directly to stores and see what's popular and what's selling by just simply using the software services that I use to scan the item, but properly understand its rank, how much profit you can make, how many sellers are on it. Like, that's the key to it all. Now that we cover how to properly research items, we need to go over ungating. You'll notice that when you first start selling on Amazon, you're most likely won't be able to sell most of the big brand items, Nike, Adidas, things like that. This is because Amazon will have your account blocked with most items until you can prove that you're buying 100% authentic products from a supplier and provide them with proof of invoice. Now, don't worry, because there are products that you'll be able to sell without needing to be ungated. And as time goes by, Amazon will ungate you themselves just based off the trust factor that you built in properly delivering orders to customers. But for some time, you'll need to create a real business Now don't worry, because there are products that you'll find out there in the wild to sell without needing to be ungated. And as time goes by and you build trust with Amazon, properly deliver orders to the customers, Amazon will automatically ungate you on some products and categories. But for some, you need to create a real business, get you an EIN, get you a business bank account, and all those type of things, get you a reseller certificate, and you'll need to apply for some wholesale accounts and actually get real invoices from some companies and send those in to Amazon so that they can ungate you. Now, there's other ways to do this, but I can't tell you that right now. This leads us perfectly into our next step, and that's product sourcing. Now, product sourcing is the actual finding and purchasing of the products. Although you'll spend majority of your time doing product research at home or office, you'll also do product research actually in the store. But me personally, I enjoyed this part at the beginning of my Amazon journey. This is the fun part where you get to gas up, or if you're like me and you got a Tesla, charge up and start hitting the stores. Now, depending on your budget and amount of time you have in a day, I suggest a 60-mile strategy. But if you're a little short on money and time, a 10-mile strategy can work for you also. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell is a 60-mile strategy? All the 60-mile or 10-mile strategy is creating a list of stores within a 60-mile or 10-mile radius. It could also be 5 miles or even 100 miles, depending on your bankroll and amount of time that you have. Don't think too hard about it, though. It's just a matter of amount of time that you have. Don't think too hard about it, though. It's just either you're going to do a 60-mile radius of all the stores in your area, 10-mile radius, 5-mile radius. You make that choice yourself. But that's all you're going to be doing, and you're going to hit these stores every single day, scanning items every single day. Now, it's going to take up your time. This is not a just walk in the store, grab an item, and it's going to sell. No, you have to put the work in. But trust me, it's well worth it. Now, when you're in these stores, you're going to use apps like Keeper and Seller app. You'll hit your local Walmart, Target, Adidas, PetMart, Nike, wherever, and you get to scan it. You're going to scan as many items as you can, and based off the research that you did at home, you'll know what categories to go into inside the store, whether it be lotions, whether it be sports, whether it be toys, games, whatever it is. Based on the research that you know and the popular items that sell on Amazon, those are the areas you're going to go to, and you're just going to scan. Now, you're not the only one out there trying to find profitable products, so you're going to need to be ready to get up and hit these stores early as if it were a real job, and you got to clock in. Now, there is a way to stay in the loop on hot items, and that's by joining the reseller Discord. Now, for long-term success, I don't recommend, mainly because you don't want to rely on someone else's information to find products. You need to create your own methods and strategies for finding profitable products on your own. But another reason is because of price tanking and other saturation of sellers on listings. But I understand that some of us don't have the amount of time to sit there all day, because some of us might already have a job, or been just doing this part-time. So if you need to go to Discords, find a really good Discord that's not just suggesting BS products, it's always tanking. And it's going to take you to probably join 3 to 5 Discords like I did myself to find the right one. But if you really need to, just find you a good one, or a trustful one that's not going to charge you over $100 a month. Now, these groups usually have anywhere from 25 to 5,000 members, all getting the same links as you are. So just keep that in mind. Retail arbitrage is something you're going to need to do every single day in order to keep profitable items in stock. Then hopefully after you hustle enough, you'll move more towards the wholesale method like I did once I was able to create enough capital to buy $10,000 and $20,000 purchase order with big box retailers. Price tanking. Like I stated above, you'll face issues with price tanking, as there are a lot of people all over the country using this strategy. But the key to avoiding buying products that are constantly being tanked is by doing good product research and knowing what categories to buy and which ones to stay away from. This is why I said before that joining Discords can be a hit or miss. Sometimes you'll find items that have a little bit in stock, and some you'll buy 1,000 of them and there'll still be 250,000 left on the market, leaving you with a whole lot of room for error. And if their buy-in cost is better than yours, they can drop prices lower than you can and get a sale quicker, and also keep a decent profit. Which leads us perfectly into our next step, and that's manufacturing margin. This is just as important as the other steps, if not most important. If, let's say for instance, you buy 25 pair of Jordans for $79 buying cost per pair, and they're selling for $129, but the next seller buys 100 for $59, they'll have the ability to drop price way lower than you and still create a profit for themselves. They'll have the ability to drop price way lower and still create a profit for themselves. So the key is to create a strategy where you can get your margins lower. I do this by finding the best cashback credit cards matched with cashback websites like Rakuten and Top Cashback for immediate cash rebates, and stacking that with in-store and online coupons for even lower buy-in costs. And if you're military or you're working in a hospital or something like that, you can possibly get it even 10% or 20% discount inside of the stores. Trust me, it's important that you do this because all the other players in the game is doing it also. And they might even have connections within the store where they get even bigger. Now, the next thing that we'll cover doesn't have so much to do with strategy of selling on Amazon, but it more so has to do with the after. Now, when I first started, I was so hungry that I was out every day finding top-notch products. Within my first 3 months, I had a ton of sales and also a room full of products. Within a year, I had a storage facility full of products and no organization. And the same thing happened when I moved to a small warehouse. There has been times where I'd have a sale for a $100 item and can't find it, or I have a $300 product with 40% margins that I don't even have listed because I forgot I had it. That said, you're going to need to get you some storage racks and keep things in order so your mind can be at ease and stay in business mode. And this is the perfect segue into our last step, and that's inventory management. I won't even make this one long. If you don't know the numbers in your business, you don't know your business. If you don't know what inventory you have, you don't know your numbers. Two things I use that are key to my Amazon business is inventory management and